So this one right here gotta be one of my favorites because I think it has a lot of cadence to it. Now, Tremor becoming the elemental god in Mortal Kombat 1, the possibilities are all there. Now, in Mortal Kombat, I believe it was Mortal Kombat X, it's the last game that he was in, he had an ending where he became so powerful due to one of those realms that he went to that he was able to become an elemental god. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and pop that up here on your screen so I can refresh your memory and refresh my memory, and then we can speak about it in a little bit more detail.
Standing over Shinnok, Tremor reveled in his power. Much had changed since the Black Dragon's excursion to the Dream Realm. Kano had sent Tremor's team there to retrieve a psych bomb to be used in Kano's theft of Shinnok's amulet. Exposure to that realm had increased Tremor's power and expanded his mind. He would evolve into an earth elemental, a demigod whose power would rival that of Raiden and Fujin.
Alright, now that our memory is fully refreshed, let's get into it. So, in the ending that I just showed you, as we heard, he becomes an elemental god that rivals the power of Raiden and Fujin. So I want to say Tremor has a really good 50% chance of being one of the last two wildcard base roster character slots. Because if it's true, like Ed Boon said, is that the characters are based on the story, wouldn't you want to use Tremor to further the story by him being an elemental god, or just him being an element? Even without the god status, he controls element. So Mortal Kombat 1 is based on the map of elements from Mortal Kombat mythologies, and that's one of the items that Bihan is trying to steal, which is the reason why he wanted to make sure that he can get into Liu Kang's Temple of Elements. Now remember that map I showed you in that Bihan documentary? Well, that right there houses the Temple of Elements, and also with the map of elements. So let's go over the quick elements we got so far, and take a shot for every time I say elements. All right, so we got Raiden. Raiden is no longer a god in Mortal Kombat 1, but he controls thunder. You got Sub-Zero, who controls ice. You got Scorpion, who controls fire, and then you got Tremor, who controls the earth. Sort of like how Cetrion Day controls the earth. That is 5 elements. It's supposed to be 7 elements in the Mortal Kombat verse. 7 elements. The other 2 elements I cannot think of right offhand, but we know, actually scratch that. I said Scorpion is fire. He may have fire, but no, Liu Kang is the fire god, duh. So we got Liu Kang as the fire god. That's number 1. We got Raiden as thunder. And then we got Tremor as the earth element. And normally we would have Rain, who would control water, but Rain is no longer a god, but we are going to say Rain just for the sake of it. So that would be 4 elements right there. And in total, there's supposed to be 5 to 7 elements. So let's move on before I get y'all confused with this whole element thing. So yeah, basically, he has a very high chance of making it. For another reason is his story is tied in with the Black Dragon. Now, he was sent to the Dream Realm, which is a new realm I'm going to be touching on in the future. So I can kind of give you some information on the Dream Realm and other unknown realms that we may be exploring going forward in the future from a multiversal aspect. So that is one of my biggest reasons why I think Tremor can join the roster, one of them last 2 slots. It's a 50% chance that he could make it. It would be a nice wild card, to throw Tremor on the main roster again, because don't you want to build new characters? Tremor was only in Mortal Kombat X. I don't think he was in Armageddon at all, not that I can remember. But I just want you guys to know that adding him into the game to be able to control earth elements would be fantastic across the board. I never got to play as Tremor in Mortal Kombat X because by the time I hopped on the Mortal Kombat X train, it was only like a week left on the game before the game, I'm not gonna say it died, but people had kind of moved on and they were already playing Injustice or the Mortal Kombat 11 hype train was already out, and I was just like, all right, well, screw it. If I'm a get back into Mortal Kombat, then I'm probably just gonna get back in with the new game at the time, which is Mortal Kombat 11, so I could be up to speed and caught up with everybody else and not having fun with a game that people no longer were playing at that time. Again, I'm not saying they wasn't playing it, but I just didn't want to be the person that's late to see a movie that other people already done seen in so many words and be excited by myself. I wanted to experience it with everybody else. So Tremor looks freaking sick, if you ask me. He looks sick. His outfit looks sick. His whole aura about him looks sick. And the fact that he was sent to go collect that bomb to steal Shinnok's amulet says a lot. It says a whole lot. Now, I am going to be making a new documentary. I'm probably going to do one on Shinnok's amulet because remember, his amulet is indestructible. So wouldn't that mean even if Liu Kang restarted time, is that amulet is out there floating around somewhere? Because I want to remind you that there are things that are set in stone that cannot be changed. Doesn't matter the universe, doesn't matter how many times you reset the earth, some things are permanent. And I like to think that Shinnok's amulet is very, very permanent, to which means somebody will eventually get their hands on it and it's going to be all chaos. Hell is going to break loose. All hell is going to break loose. At that point, it's just what I got my money on, you know? So I think they have an opportunity of a lifetime. So far, in my opinion, so far, the roster is looking pretty good, is looking pretty decent. Look like they got a strong, solid roster right now. And I know a lot of people not gonna like it when I say this, but it gotta be said. They trimmed all of that fat out of the roster by removing all them combat kids. Don't get me wrong, the combat kids, I didn't like them at first, but I eventually got used to them. I got to know them, got to love them and everything. And, you know, I kind of wish we could have got Kung Jin along with Takeda or whatever, but they trimmed a lot of the fat with that, and they kind of taking it back to the basics, to the characters that we know and love, and putting different spins on them because they know the game is going to sell well with that roster. And guess what? That's not the end of the story, because DLC is a real thing. So not only that, they get to give us what we want first, and then they can kind of be greedy at the end by slapping the fat back on there by adding, you know, I would say mid-level characters, or adding some of the characters that we're highly requesting at this point in time. So I just thought this was a very, very interesting video to make, you know, especially with your boy Tremor, by him having so much potential. I think if Cetrion is not going to be in the game, then him being able to control the earth elements is something that needs to be done. Have him do it. Now, we know Geras is going to be in the game at this point. My money is definitely on Geras, educated guess, that he's going to be in the game. And that's super dope. I think Geras was a well-built character from Mortal Kombat 11 that's coming over to Mortal Kombat 1, which is dope. So we got Geras. It would be nice to see him with Tremor. Geras just works all around. I owe you guys, don't I owe you guys a Geras video? I owe y'all a Geras video. I'm gonna put that together too. I was supposed to be making a video about how Geras was that voice. I forgot all about it. My bad, y'all. I owe y'all a Geras video. So be on the lookout for that Geras video. I owe y'all that. And I owe y'all a Tanya bio video too. So I got some work to do. I'm definitely gonna get this stuff pumping. You'll probably start getting that content around Monday or Tuesday or this upcoming week, because I'll have some time off from work and I can put some extra hours into those videos, you know, to kind of get them where we want them, you know, all high quality-ish and polished and stuff like that. But for right now, I got a little setup that's working for me, that's allowing me to give you guys these 3 videos that you're getting or whatever. So I want to pass this question off to you guys in the comment section below. Do you think your boy Tremor is eligible to be in Mortal Kombat 1? Tell me your thoughts on that. Would you like Tremor to be in Mortal Kombat 1 based on the evidence that I provided, as far as him, 1, working with the Black Dragon, and 2, going to the Dream Realm, which is another realm they can introduce, and 3, him being able to control the earth elementals, and then I would say number 4, his power rivaling Fujin and Raiden in the previous timeline. So mind you, they always carry things over from the previous timeline. Let's see what they carry over this time, as you know, what's going to relate back to your boy Tremor. So sound off in the comment section, guys. I look forward. If you're watching this video for the first time, make sure you smash that subscribe button and turn on post notifications, as this is your brand new favorite exclusive place for daily Mortal Kombat content. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.
About to go to frames. We outside in public, baby, please pull up your prints. If they say it's up, then we ain't even shaking hands. Pull up with a beef and now they wanna change the plans. Reason why they willing, cause we shooting at they mans, yeah. Hey, and it's all part of the plan. Why she keep on calling, cause she know I'm high demand. So in love with me, I got her on command. She sucked me inside the coupe, I saying I'm your biggest fan. Yo, she pull up whenever I land. I made it to the top, so you can see I'm living grand. I'm in Cali with some bitches on the beach, me bringing sand. Keep that 30 on the seat and shoot like Curry with the